Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm your host Tony Coleman, and today I'm going to hopefully help answer the 30-year-old question of what do I do with the old computer that I have. Over the years, since probably about mid-90s, most people have acquired not only one computer, but two, three, maybe even 10 computers. So you always wind up with the same question of what am I going to do with the old one? By now, giving it away to grandma or to the neighbor kid or what have you probably isn't really a good answer because most of them have already gotten their own devices as well. Not to mention, a lot of laptops and desktops are obsolete, not because they're not capable, but most people have moved on to tablets, cell phones, and other media devices out there. So, what do you do with those old devices? Well, they used to always say, go ahead and make a server out of it. You can host your own website, maybe a file server, because you always need to store files somewhere as a backup, right? Some of them wanted print servers, but print servers are not really useful these days when most people's printers are either networked already through a network connection through the Ethernet cable, or they're wireless and connect to your wireless router. So why would you have a print server with modern technology? One of the other things that's more popular now is actually turning them into media streaming devices, or media hubs, I should say, such as using a Plex server or a Kodi server, or even using Windows Media Player to stream the content to other devices. Any of those are valid options. You've got other programs out there that do the same thing, but stick a big enough hard drive in there, you can put all your DVDs, your pictures, or everything else that you use onto the media server and stream it to your Fire TV stick or to your Chromecast or to your Roku. All valid options because many of those, I know the Fire Stick and the Rokus can still stream across your network even if you lose your internet. So I know that's something I've invested in over the past couple years because when the internet goes out, kids want to watch TV, and if you're like me and you cut the cord years ago, you don't have cable TV, and over-the-air broadcasts don't work out so well in my neighborhood. So definitely an option to look into, having a media streaming server. The other option that's popular with some more techie people are turn it into a mining device. A lot of your miners will immediately go, oh, don't do it because old technology isn't going to make enough money to justify the electricity costs, yada, yada, yada. Not always true, not always the case. It depends on what you're planning, what you're using it for. During the winter, it is a great time to mine even if it's not profitable. And the reason being is you're going to utilize that heat to help heat your home. If you got a computer that's got a couple video cards in it, it'll generate enough heat that it's like having a little space heater in your office or what have you. Run that, get yourself a few cryptocurrencies out of it. Maybe that'll be your entry into learning the crypto market and getting in investments. But you can do it. It'll mean your furnace runs less, and in the process, you're getting used hardware some life. There are ways to earn through your web browser now just by surfing the internet. So right there is a way of mining. You could use the GPU. Obviously, the older GPUs won't be as effective, but it's there. If you want to buy a GPU to put in the old PC, it'll still push that GPU fine. So you might still be profitable. Again, not really great for long-term investment for mining. That's why I don't encourage you to buy the GPU unless you're taking it serious. But during the winter, you might as well get some money back off the heat you're generating. You can also mine off your hard drive. There's things like burst coin that the more hard drive space that you plop nonces on, the more money you can make. And it's low power. So you don't have to have the fastest machine out there. You just have to have lots of hard drive space. So if you've got a lot of external hard drives laying around, or if you have a couple of large hard drives you're not really fully utilizing, go ahead and look into Burstcoin. It's low energy, and you could have your computer downclocked even so that it uses less power. You don't have to have the high speeds on the processor. The more likely way to earn money if you're going to use your old PC for earning revenue is look into things like swag bucks. You can stream videos. You don't even have to do the surveys that take up your time or purchase anything. You can watch videos and download coupons, and they will pay you for that. So you could leave your PC streaming videos 24/7 and not even watch them. You can mute the tab. There's multiple sites that do that. Hideout TV is one of the newer ones that I'm looking into. There's Fruit Lab. It used to be Earn Honey, but it's kind of gone downhill. There's Rewardable, but there's so many out there that you can look into, and you can do it from the PC. Now, some of them also have phone apps, and the phone apps can earn just as well or sometimes better, but definitely check those out, because running just one device, I can make up to $3 a day just on swag bucks, depending on how well things are working. But definitely look into that. You can also sell excess bandwidth. There's Honey Gain. There's Packet Stream. Both of those, they're passive, and all you gotta do is leave your computer on, and they'll use whatever excess bandwidth that they need to sell at the time. You might sell them, a gig at a time, and it might only be 10 cents a gig, but it's free money that you weren't going to get anyway. So multi-purpose that old PC. You can stream videos while selling the bandwidth at the same time, while even mining, depending on what kind of cryptocurrency you're looking at. But another option for it is you could make a gaming streaming device, such as using Steam, Epic, Origin, Uplay, and Goal Games has one, and there's several of them out there, but a lot of them are geared towards older games, so an older PC still plays them fine. I leave one on my entertainment center with a couple of Xbox 360 controllers so that my kids can play something like Sonic All-Stars, which they love the game. It plays just fine. And I can have 100 games on that box just because it has a large hard drive. And then that's better than going out and buying a console. So recycling my Steam account, having all those games on it that I'm not playing anymore and still getting use out of it, old PC, and it can also earn money while it's sitting there as a game console by using some of those passive apps, such as the bandwidth selling options for Honey Gain or Packet Stream. Some of the less common things that people think about is you take the opportunity to use that old device to test software. If there's an operating system you've never tried, such as Linux, a lot of people have never touched anything but Windows. If you ever had the idea of maybe you'd like to see what it's like, give it a go. Linux supports a lot of older hardware, and it works. That's how I got into some of the Linux stuff. I also use some virtual machines. Take the opportunity to install some virtual machine software like Oracle VirtualBox and give it a go. If you screw something up, oh well, it's the old PC. Wipe it again and try something else, or try the exact same thing again and learn from your mistakes. I'm all self-taught on computers, and that's kind of how I got started. Is if I tore it up, I had to fix it, so I just reinstalled and tried again. If you want to get into hardware side of things and you've always been timid on taking the computer apart, now's the opportunity. It's an old computer. If you burn it up, tear it up, or whatever, oh well, you didn't learn out anything because you were going to get rid of it anyway. So take that opportunity. The last thing I would recommend is consider possibly even building yourself an NVR, a network video recorder. If you have any old cell phones laying around, you can download software on there to make them like a webcam or a security camera. IP webcam is one of them. It's very popular. It's very simple, and it even works on extremely old Androids. I had some old Android version like 2.2 or 2.3 devices, single core, only 600 megahertz. I mean, stuff that you can't even use today as a mobile device could still run as a security camera. And you can mount that on the wall somewhere and just set it up to auto start. It'll broadcast on your network, and then use some software. I've used Blue Iris in the past. There's a few other options out there that are free. Set it up, give it a go, test it. There's even other applications that you can broadcast that feed straight to your Amazon Fire Stick. I've done it, and it works. Now, would I suggest doing that as a full replacement of professional grade security cameras? No. But it is something you could play around with in your house to learn how to set up IP cameras or to get into the security stuff. And if you only need a temporary solution, such as you're watching someone's baby and they're in the other room sleeping and you want to know when they're awake, you could actually set something up like that, almost like a nanny cam. So look into those options. Use that old hardware. And as an example, here's an old Aspire 1 netbook. It's an Aspire 1 D257 1471. Had an Intel Atom N570 processor, which is dual core with hyper-threading. It only came with 1 gigabyte of RAM and was slow as sin with Windows 7 Starter Edition. I took this old netbook and I put a solid-state hard drive in it, which makes a huge difference on the speed. Put solid state in it. I upgraded to the maximum RAM this processor supports, which is a meager 2 gigabyte of RAM. It's DDR3, so you can get it cheap off of eBay or even off Craigslist. I mean, this RAM is just tossed away every day. You could get it for free if you scrap some old systems. And why am I telling you this? Well, it's because it now runs just as fast as a low-end laptop does. I kid you not. I'm streaming Hideout TV right now on it because I put Windows 10 Pro on it, and with those minor upgrades, it runs fast enough that now it can earn me money just streaming videos and selling bandwidth. You can't even sell these netbooks for like $25 on eBay anymore because they were so slow and so terrible when they came out. But with a minor upgrade like that, it's actually usable and I can earn money on it. Being an Atom processor, it's energy efficient as much as it can be, but I can sit here and just let it run streaming these videos, and I don't even have to leave it on just the one. I could have Hideout TV and Fruit Lab or Swagbucks running side by side. I can split screen it and just have them streaming and mute the audio on it while it's also selling bandwidth, and it can make me money. Now, is it going to make me a bunch of money? Am I going to get rich off of that? No. Is it really worth me setting up a whole farm of these? Probably not. However, it can generate a few extra bucks, and if you close the screen, you can set up Windows so that it doesn't go to sleep, so it'll keep playing, so it'll shut off your screen, but it'll keep playing the videos. You can keep making it, and it's not going to use much power. The more stuff you do with it, the more money. And you can even make it a file server while it's streaming all this. So here I could do a file server. I could hook up external hard drives and mine something like Burstcoin, stream videos, sell bandwidth, and make it multi-purpose. And even if I really wanted to, I could make it a storage server / print server / even host a home-based website. Now, a professional grade website, no, because it's not going to have the capabilities to handle that. But if you just want to have a little website to show your friends or family, go for it, because it'll be more than sufficient for something like that. But wanted to give you that example, show you again that it is doing the videos. It plays it just fine. So if you like my videos, please subscribe to my channel, share the videos, and like them. It doesn't cost you anything, but it does help content providers like myself out quite a bit. If you got any other ideas that you think is great for old devices like that, please share them in the comments section. I'd love to hear from you. So until next time, have a good one.